Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Scraptember. Today's prompt is multi-photo. So I've got six photos of the plants that I have in my kitchen. Now these were taken over a year ago. The plants have grown so freaking much. This one's probably 18 inches tall now. This one's huge. This one's huge. This is some sort of mutant and these have both grown. So I'm going to be scrapbooking these. I've got some embellishments and things, just a couple things out to start with. So let's see what I can do. All right, guys, so I am starting out with this lattice paper, which is also a cut apart. These are papers from Paper House Productions, and I trimmed them down ever so slightly so that I could have this bright blue background as a border all the way around. Now, if you wanted to save your bright blue cardstock, you could have gutted this sucker out, but you know what? I am not in the mood to save my bright blue cardstock. I'm actually not in the mood to save any cardstock. When I first started scrapbooking, I used colored cardstock a lot. I remember going to AC Moore and buying the Basil Basics. Was it Basil Basics back then? I don't know, but Basil Quads. They came, you know, four versions of the color, and then they also had the Basil Trios. I don't remember if that was the name of them or whatever, but I used to get them at AC Moore, and I just loved the colored cardstock. But like I said, not a huge user of the colored cardstock anymore, although I still have my Crop and Style P3 paper holder, which is where I used to keep my cardstock. Right now it's just sitting in a room, but I'm not getting rid of it because I still love it, even though I don't use it. Does that make sense? Probably not unless you're a scrapbooker. So anyway, like I said, I am scrapbooking the photos of the plants. This is way back in April 2023. I probably should take pictures of the plants now because they have grown tremendously. These plants are no longer this small, and they have more friends. There's definitely more plants in my life. I don't know when I became a weirdo plant lady, but there was a time where I was picking up a plant every time we went to Fred Meyer's or what's that hardware store called? The hardware store. I don't remember what it is. Because, you know, they had great little houseplants. Yeah. So I am going to create three areas of embellishment here. One where the title is, and then these two areas where I trimmed down that wood grain label and placed it. Now, I have this washi tape, and it is a blue and green and kind of translucent diagonal stripe, and it really matches the colors that I have in my papers quite well. So I am trying to use my grid mat here to line it up, and then I get it down, and I'm going to do a couple layers of washi tape because it is not opaque washi tape. You can kind of see through it. So I'm going to do 2 layers exactly over top of each other, and then I'm going to add another layer, but this time I'm going to shift it 1 stripe over, and then that is going to leave me a pretty cool washi tape, and then I'm going to do that on all of the photos, and I don't make you watch me do that because it's a couple minutes of boringness. Let's be real. I am going to use this word that says bloom because, hello, it's about plants, which I think is an appropriate place to use the word bloom. Now, as you guys know, I have no problem using hello, hi, all that, hello, whatever it is, hi, whatever it is. But for some reason, using the word bloom on a layout that has nothing to do with plants just drives me a little batty. You know what I mean? So it's not something I like to do. So I was excited to pull out this sticker package and use that up. Now, that thing that I have built my title on is actually a pocket. However, I'm not treating it like a pocket. I'm just treating it like a little bit of a decoration. And then I am also pulling out some wood veneer from MK Shop, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab these florals. Now, I love these florals so much, and I actually just ordered some for the shop, so I'm pretty excited about that in a variety of colors. So that is going to be coming soon. And I'm just going to kind of create some clusters and some decoration on this page. I don't want to decorate anywhere else except for these 3 places that I have determined, like this is where the decoration is going to be. So the little title area and then the 2 cluster areas. Sometimes on 12 by 12 pages, my embellishing is not a lot. And sometimes on, or 12 by 12 pages, double page spreads is what I was trying to get out. Sometimes the embellishment is crazy, and sometimes it's just, you know, a couple little spots. And this time I decided it needed to be a couple little spots. I am using my Nuvo Deluxe adhesive to get my florals and things stuck down to the page. And I'm not exactly sure what else needs to go on the layout, right? Like I'm thinking, okay, I've got the title, I've got some decoration. Obviously I'm going to put a couple lines of journaling down on here. But other than that, I'm just kind of, you know, wondering what the heck am I doing with my life on this layout. I did decide not to just have the word bloom, but add that word just, so it says just bloom. And then I'm thinking right now, as I'm talking to you guys about using the bloom words and stuff on plant pages, there aren't any flowers. These are all green plants that have no florals on them. So, you know, but it's okay. It's a plant. It's fine. I'm going to add a couple of these flare buttons here just to give it a little bit of lift. Otherwise, this layout is pretty flat except for the decorative bits that I am going to be placing on here. Even though I have these kind of paper flowers with the decorative centers, I am also going to be going into my floral die cuts to kind of see if I can bring anything else in. I really liked that blue flower that I had right there, but it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? This yellow flower, however, felt right, which is weird because, you know, yellow is not a color I really have on this layout yet, but I guess I felt I needed to introduce another color. So I cut that floral in half. I'm going to tuck it up underneath of the label a little bit because I only have one floral in that color, so I need to make it stretch across both of the clusters here. No idea what I'm doing right now, but apparently I'm looking for something because I am not working on the layout. Oh, yep, found something. What did I find? What am I opening? I can't tell. Anyway, flipping through the florals again. I know I'm going to find some vellum bits, and I'm going to add a little adhesive to that and tuck that in as well. I just decided that I really needed to kind of go all in with these clusters and just keep finding little bits that would look really awesome on there. Now my 2 vellums are not going to match color-wise. They're not going to be the same color, but they will coordinate with the layout, so I am completely okay with it. Now the 2 flare buttons on there, they don't match color-wise either, so, you know, nobody's stressing about that. I do flip through these stickers to see if there's anything I want to bring in. I am going to tell you guys, I was tempted to throw some of these butterflies on here, but then I was thinking, no, don't want to do that at all. So I am going to find some other stickers, and these are stickers that I have started pulling for the Never Ending Kit, which is pretty much everything I've pulled out is from the Never Ending Kit, except for the washi tape and the papers. I need to go through the papers and pull papers for the kit so I can actually call it kit scrapbooking, because right now the papers are not pulled. Everything else is, but no papers. which is weird because usually I start with the papers and then pull the embellishments. But this time I pulled the embellishments and then I'm going to pull papers afterwards. So these stickers right here, I've got these kind of puffy green leaves. So I'm going to add those here as well. I'm going to put one in each clustered area. And I really like the way it looks. Thought about bringing in this little birdie because his colors matched. But it just didn't feel right anywhere that I was putting it down. It felt really forced. So he went back on his sticker sheet. Got a couple little word phrases that I felt needed to go on the page, so I'm going to make that happen here. Wasn't exactly sure where I wanted them to go, so I'm kind of messing around with them a little bit, you know, just adjusting things and seeing what seems to go the best where. And once I figure that out, I'm happy with it. So at this point, I'm thinking that the layout is pretty much complete. Just got to throw some journaling in there. Now, I was toying with the idea of doing some splatter on here. Ultimately, I did not splatter. I did bring in these hearts and things because I felt like more needed to be more. I wanted my clusters to be really clustery, even though there wasn't going to be a lot of embellishment all over the 12 by 24 canvas. I felt like there needed to be a good amount of embellishment in the actual cluster. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I keep thinking the layout's practically finished, but I keep trying to add more. I did find these houseplant stickers and I was like, ooh, I should add these. But you know, it was a little bit too late to add them because they really didn't go with the flow of the layout whatsoever. The last thing I think I'm going to add are some of these little gold hearts, which is what I decided to add instead of the little spray sprinkling. I thought that the gold hearts would give me that nice and shimmery bit, and I didn't really have to worry about anything else. So I'm going to take my black pen. I'm going to do a couple lines of journaling up here on this one, and then I'll do a couple lines of journaling down on the other side as well. And then I'll throw the date down. And that's going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.